Okay, today's video is going to be quick. Just as I was sitting down to record, Hazel woke up from a nap. So she usually will play in her crib happily for a little bit, but not too long. So I want to talk about the scale today, weighing yourself, and why I'm yet to find a good reason why somebody should weigh themselves. I recently did a video where I was interviewing my girls or talking to my girls, having a conversation about I asked them, what are reasons why you would need to weigh yourself in the future? And their answers are, I'm not going to regurgitate that video, but essentially it was just if you have to have medication, they need to know how to dose it. If you're riding like a child's bike and there's like a weight limit on it, just like cute, innocent answers, right? Nothing about to know if you're okay as a human being because it determines your worth. Like, of course, kids aren't going to answer that because they haven't been, depending on who and what they're surrounding themselves with, most kids haven't put that together. They aren't taught that intentionally by, parents. So I think that if you can recognize that the scale serves really no purpose in terms of determining if you're an okay person or your worth or your values, it doesn't indicate how many friends you have. It shouldn't, at least. And especially when you're in recovery, I have conversations with clients often, or they will ask me, what do you think about, me weighing myself? What do you think if I weighed myself just even once a week? It was a blind weight. And I always tell them, a blind weight though, because even if you don't find out the number, first of all, leading up to being weighed is usually there's a lot of anxiety. You're kind of dissecting in your head what you did leading up to it. And did you have a bowel movement? How much water have you had? Are you wearing the same clothes as you weighed last time? Is it the same time of day? And then you're reading the reaction of either the parents or the dietitian or whoever's weighing you, and you're trying to figure out if it went up or down. And then, the real shocker is when they change your meal plan. If you're working with a dietitian, you're living at home and your parents are helping you, feed you. And then suddenly, they increase your meal plan, then oh my gosh, maybe I didn't gain as much, or they take some back, or they keep it. Oh my gosh, maybe I did gain too much. I've been there before. I get it. It's just such an extra added unnecessary, let me reiterate, such an unnecessary stress in recovery that I just never recommend it. And in fact, I pretty strongly discourage it. And I ask clients, when we're having this conversation, tell me you finding out that number once a week, what that's going to do to you. Let's say the number doesn't go up or goes down. Tell me that isn't going to trigger you or make you feel like, oh my gosh, I just want to stay where I'm at. It's so nice that I didn't gain. Wow, what did I do last week? So I can just repeat it and stay exactly where I'm at. You almost get locked in. You get trapped in your illness because you saw that this number didn't go up. Or if it goes up, you think, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. My weight went up. What did I do last week that caused me to gain that weight? And then I've got to change that. I got to take those things out. Even somebody who really wants to recover, who's really, really committed, are still going to have those thoughts going on in their head when they're being weighed. Some will react differently, right? And be like, oh, I see that that's a disordered thought. I'm going to do the opposite and eat anyways. And other people are going to go down a rabbit hole and they're not going to be able to pull themselves out of it. And it's going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you going forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. So another argument people will have is, well, how am I going to know when I've gotten to a weight where I'm supposed to be? How am I going to know? A doctor told me kind of a range of where I'm supposed to be. So how will I know that? And I'm like, okay, hold on, pause. Let's say you do weigh yourself and you get to that glorious number that your doctor told you, your dietitian told you that you were supposed to be at, but you haven't fully rewired. What, are you just going to stop? That's not going to get you fully recovered. Of course not. So that number is completely useless. It's not going to serve you in any way. In fact, I'm yet to meet somebody who gets to that number that they've been told they're supposed to stop at or be healthy at and is actually rewired or recovered. I really have not met anyone that has happened for, personally, from my own experience with coaching. So it's just shocking to me that we're still holding on and clinging on to these numbers. It's not shocking to me. The eating disorder is holding on to them. The eating disorder is trying to control, the rate in which you gain or the amount in which you gain. So again, the scale I just see it as a huge hindrance. I see it as a huge trigger in people's recovery. Oh yeah, one other thing is it desensitizes me. If I see the number throughout recovery, then I won't be in shock when I see it. And it's like, Okay, here's the thing. Once you fully recover, if someone, I don't know what I weigh now. If someone came and told me what I weighed, I wouldn't be like, oh, no. Like, who cares? I would just be like, interesting, you know? So once you fully rewire, you don't need to worry about desensitizing yourself to a number. However, if you're kind of thinking about kind of getting to a state of quasi recovery where you still fear weight gain and you still have a lot of rules around food, but you're doing a lot better and you're functioning, well, yeah, then you should probably work on desensitizing that number, because for the rest of your life, when you see it, it's going to trigger you and it's going to freak you out. But if you're really going all the way and you're fully committed to recovering, you won't need to worry about desensitizing yourself to that number, because you're going to get to a place in your life where you just don't care anymore. So hopefully I made my message very, very clear in this video. I do not see why weighing yourself is helpful in any way when you're trying to recover. All right, have a good day.